Warning, most people giving call to action advice on YouTube don't actually know what they're talking about. And the ones following that advice, they're leaving massive amounts of money, connections, and opportunities on the table. But not to worry, because in this video, I'm giving recommendations that are proven to work, that you can apply right away. And if you do this consistently, it will finally lead to the results that you've been looking for, whether that's more followers, more comments, more downloads, or more sales. And hey, really quick before diving in, if you're new here, I go by Ari the Creator. I help digital entrepreneurs turn their YouTube content into consistent income without having to go viral or post nonstop. On this channel, we discuss YouTube marketing strategies to draw in the right people. We build Kajabi business systems to turn views into income, and we sustain it all with creator wisdom talks so that it stays fulfilling long term. Subscribe for weekly videos that you don't miss out, and to help you get the most out of this video, I also recommend downloading my free Impact Script framework. It'll help you plan your next videos faster and with more clarity. So now let me teach you exactly how I approach calls to actions and how you can seamlessly structure them in your own videos using 3 key moments. The first is having mini calls to actions at the beginning of your videos. So these are light, such as subscribe, drop a comment, or download a freebie. Notice how I did that myself in this video. And the reason why this works is because most videos follow a hockey stick audience retention curve, meaning that there is usually a sharp drop off in the beginning, and that's totally normal. It's not that people aren't interested, life just pulls them away sometimes. Maybe their kid starts crying, the doorbell rings, or a notification steals their attention. So if you invite people to subscribe or download a freebie right at the start, even if life pulls them away, guess what? You still have a chance to stay connected and stay at the top of their mind, because now they're either subscribed to your channel or to your email list. You may have heard some people say that you should wait till the end of a video to mention anything so that you don't scare people off before giving value. But as you can now see, if you wait until the end, most people just simply aren't going to hear it. So here's how you can still influence people to subscribe or download something in the beginning without scaring them off. Notice how in the beginning of this video, I didn't just say subscribe. I told you who I help, what I help them achieve, and what kind of videos you can expect from me each week. That's not just a call to action, that's really setting an anchor. So when you invite people to subscribe, don't just say subscribe, tell them what they can expect and why it's worth staying subscribed to you or taking that next step. Then right after that, if you have a freebie that's genuinely helpful, or even if you want them to do something else, like leave a comment, mention it early, just like how I did. And just to be clear, this is not the same as trying to sell something right out the gate that costs money. That's not what I'm recommending. This comes later on in the video, and I'll show you exactly how to do that in a way that still feels natural and aligned. But that actually leads us to the second moment where you can add calls to action in your YouTube videos, and that is indirectly throughout the middle. To be clear, this is not the moment yet where you can directly say, apply to work with me or buy my course. Think of this more like storytelling with intention. Mid-video is the perfect place to weave in case studies, examples, testimonials, or even mistakes that you've helped other people to avoid. This helps your viewers to trust you, relate with you, and to remember you when they're ready to take that next step. So let me give you an example. One of my students sent me this message recently that just totally made my day. She was so happy because she got a new client and they found her through a YouTube video. They heard the call to action, and that was what led them to apply for her 6-month mentorship program, and they joined for $3,000. That's what happens when you do this consistently and you have intentional calls to actions in all your videos. They actually work. But here's the kicker. That same client had another video featured in a well-known newsletter in her niche. This was a huge exposure opportunity. And of course, it was one of her few videos where she forgot to weave in any calls to actions. And when this happened, you can imagine she was pretty frustrated because she knew how many people saw that video and how many of them could have gone even deeper with her work if there was just simply a next step. Like, even if she told them to subscribe, or if she even shared a simple client story or a testimonial, she could have really invited people to go deeper. So the big lesson here is calls to actions should be in every video. Whether you want people to apply to work with you, download a freebie, subscribe to you, follow you on another platform. And you can do this too with examples in your niche to your audience. You could talk about case studies and examples. And again, this is an indirect call to action, because when I told the story about this client, I didn't just tell you to apply to work with me. I made it clear that I work with people more closely and that I help creators to turn their views into results. And when you do this too, people's ears will perk, because you're actually walking the walk, not just talking the talk. And then when they hear that, they're more likely to head over to the description on their own and to find the link to work with you more closely. This is really subtle, but it's one of the most effective ones. And as you can see here, calls to actions don't need to be pushy or salesy to work. So finally, let's talk about the end of your video, which is the perfect place for you to have direct calls to actions. Because if someone made it all the way to the end of your video, then they're clearly invested in what you do. They're clearly interested and they want more. And so you should give it to them. You shouldn't leave them hanging. But here's what I see a lot of people do, and they drop the ball. They say something vague like, if you like this video, buy my course or buy my book. You see how that has no context or no clarity, no outcome. So instead, use this simple and effective template right here. If you are stuck with problem, and be specific with your niche, and you're ready to reach this goal, I created a resource or offer to help people like them, and you can take next step using the link below. So you see how powerful this is? You see how this isn't vague? Let me give you a real example that's not in my niche, just so you can see how this sounds. If you're feeling stuck in a cycle of stress and burnout, and you're ready to finally reclaim your energy, I created a holistic reset guide to help overwhelmed moms like you, so that you again can feel powerful and alive again. You can download it for free using the link down below. The key here is to stay grounded and treat this as a warm invite. A lot of people come off rigid or uncomfortable here, and so if they feel pressured or if they feel like they're selling, then it's not going to land. Think of it instead of like you're simply sharing something helpful for your audience and you're coming from a place of service. So let's bring this all full circle. So my recommendation, and again, this is just a template, this might adjust depending on the type of video, but early on, I recommend planting a seed with a mini call to action, something low lift and inviting. And then in the middle, I recommend sprinkling in indirect calls to actions, such as client stories or subtle references that show that you are the expert and you support other people. And then at the end, confidently offer a direct call to action using that template that I just gave you. And when you do this consistently, that's the key, consistently, you will start to see your audience not only grow, but convert. So now the question is, what's the next best step for you? If you're someone who's creating content, but you're still not seeing consistent leads or sales, and you're so ready to align your YouTube strategy with a real business model, I created a pre-recorded 5-day workshop to help creators like you turn your videos into consistent income. Whether you're just looking for a better taste of how I teach, or you want a guided experience to attract more clients without having to rely on the algorithm, this workshop is a great first step, and you can sign up down below using the link. And there's also the option to get my one-on-one guidance as you're going through that workshop. And if you're someone who's like, the workshop's great, but Ari, I'm ready to go deep. I want to work with you directly. Well, I created the YouTube Client Accelerator for entrepreneurs who are ready to get expert eyes on your content, your funnel, your offers, and your brand. Whether you want group support that's very intimate, or one-on-one private coaching, or if you would like me and my team to do some of the heavy lifting for you, you will be guided through a proven system, my 7-part roadmap that will help you turn your channel into a reliable source of aligned leads and sales. You can learn more about that using the link down below, and if you're interested, you can take that next step and apply today. Spots are limited depending on my schedule and what's currently on my plate, so don't hesitate, apply. We can even get on the phone to see if we are a good fit to work together, and then we'll go from there. And you will be one of my next success stories. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate it, and I will see you for the next one.